the Commission's team for rearranging the dates to accommodate us. And we look forward to being back in front of you on the 25th of June, subject to the issues that you know are still outstanding.
Thank you.
And thank you to the Commission for accommodating us.
Thank you very much. You are both excused.
Thank you.
Thanks. Ms. Sillo.
Thank you, Chair. I think that's the last of our in-house matters. The Chair, I think, has already disposed of what the Commissioners wanted to state.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just to advise, then, we are ready to start with the first witness for the Port Shepstone stream this week, and the witness will be led by Advocate Sigals Nube. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've been going out so many times. We'll just sit and wait here. Good morning, Colonel Sanders.
Good morning.
It's warrant officer, sir.
Warrant officer, I'm very sorry. I think I've been reading several statements where we have colonels. I'm sorry, warrant officer. Any relation to Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Chair, I'm so glad you made that mistake. I've been practicing not to say Colonel Sanders the whole weekend. Warrant Officer Sander, Chair. The witness is Carl Ronald Sander, and he's taking the oath.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, without the S at the end. Okay. And spelled S-A-N-D-E-R, the surname.
Correct, Commissioner.
Thank you, thank you.
Chair, the witness will be sworn in.
Thank you. Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God, Commissioner.
Thank you, Warrant Officer.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Warrant Officer. Chair, there are 3 files that should be in front of you. The one file is called Consolidated Statements and Annexures, and that contains all the witness statements that will be referenced in the Port Shepstone stream that have been referenced thus far, with the exclusion for now of Captain Duma's statement, given the in-camera application. And then, Chair, the next file is the Exhibit File 1 and Exhibit File 2, which contains the exhibits that will be used in the Port Shepstone stream. Warrant Officer Sanders' statement, Chair, can be found in the Consolidated Statement File Section 3, and it is an annexure to Colonel Jacobs' statement, which he has submitted to the Commission for his evidence that will be tendered later this week. That statement of Warrant Officer Sander can be found in the annexure section of Section 3, and it is GYJ1. And if you could just go to that, please, Warrant Officer, Section 3. Annexure GYJ1. So it's the second green folder.
I have it,
Yes.
Commissioner.
Can you confirm that the statement that appears on page 1 and 2 of GYJ1 is your statement?
It is, Commissioner.
Can you confirm the correctness thereof?
Commissioner, on perusing the statement, I'll just point out on paragraph 5, I see there is a date incorrectly entered in here.
What should the date be?
It would have been 2020-0206, not 2026-0206.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, will get to the statement later. It is a bit unorthodox to not deal with the statement first, but I just need to place Warrant Officer's evidence in context. His statement was attached as an annexure to Colonel Jacob's statement as part of Colonel Jacob's explanation as to why Isipingo Police Station couldn't accept the exhibits on the 22nd of June 2021. Chair will remember the evidence of General Flynn and of, I think it's Colonel Prinsloo, about the exhibits going to Port Shepstone eventually. A key aspect of that is why it could not be stored at Isipingo. Warrant Officer Sanders' statement deals with a previous incident at Isipingo Police Station with the same exhibit clerk, Warrant Officer Perumal, and why the exhibits of his bust that occurred in February 2020, which is an aspect which Colonel Jacob relies upon for the decision-making that was made on the 22nd of June 2021 regarding the cocaine that was not stored at Isipingo. Upon receiving...
Let me just check. The Colonel Jacob statement, to which this is an annexure, it is a statement to the Commission.
Is a statement to the Commission, Commissioner Baloy, and that is in section 3. That statement was submitted earlier last week to the Commissioners.
Did Gavin Houston Jacob?
Correct. He's a colonel. Now, once we received the annexure, this statement from Warrant Officer Sander, it appeared to us that his evidence may be necessary for the commissioners to hear. This is a kind of statement that ordinarily one would just submit to the commissioners and have it be part of the record. But it appears that Warrant Officer Sanders' name appears in many other instances related not only to the Port Shepstone theft, but other drug busts that occurred in Durban around that period. And so therefore, we subpoenaed him to appear today to give evidence. He hasn't submitted a statement. We hadn't called for a statement from him. And so, Chair will just bear with us as we go through his evidence, because we do feel that he would be able to provide the commissioners with some important answers to questions that the commissioners may have that we wouldn't ordinarily be able to get otherwise than had we not been informed of his significance in the February 2020 drug bust.
You say he has not provided a statement and that you have not asked for a statement. Is that because the one of the 20th of May was filed at the instance of Colonel Jacob?
That's correct, Chair. Yes. Thank you.
Was it this one of the 20th of May, was it obtained for purposes of the Commission by Colonel Jacob?
That is correct, Commissioner Baloy. He's provided it as part of his statement, and it was specifically done for purposes of his evidence that he will lead.
So as you say, to explain why the drugs were not, rather the cocaine or what was suspected to be cocaine, why it was not kept at Isipingo.
Indeed, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Warrant Officer, I'd just like to start because your statement doesn't deal with your, when you joined the police force and your career in the police force. Could I ask you to please just give us a brief summary of the important highlights of your career?
Thank you, Commissioner. 1986, 12/31. I was attested in the South African police. 1987, I went to college.
My apologies, Warrant Officer. Chair, the Warrant Officer did this morning provide us with just a short summary. If we can hand it up, it will be included in the exhibit bundle as CJC 246.
As I always do, I will require the attorneys to assist with where this should go. Thank you.
Yes, Chair. You'll just highlight some of the significant aspects, yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. 1991, Combating of Terrorism Reaction Unit course. 1991, Identification of Explosives. 1996, SWAT instructor. I was a training instructor for the South African Police. In 2000, I completed my detective learning program. 2002, narcotics investigators course. 2007, street survival. 2008, tactical survival. 2009, analyst notebook, I2 Explorer. 2010, training presented by the DEA, drug identification in clandestine laboratories. In 2010, it's part of a SARPCO program, drug identification and trafficking, and identification of chemical equipment used in the clandestine laboratories and manufacturing of illicit substances. In 2013, I completed a certificate in anti-corruption for practitioners. 2015, I completed a course by the NCIS, Homeland Security by the Americans, in the counter-illicit smuggling in the maritime environment. In 2015, I am qualified as a non-intimate DNA collection. I can collect non-intimate DNA from a witness or an accused. In 2023, I completed a course with the United States Drug Enforcement Agency in the new trends in clandestine laboratories and chemical monitoring. In 2024, I was able to assist in writing a course for the South African Police, which is the Specialized Narcotics Investigation Learning Program. I have done a few external courses, of which I've done the Specialized Curriculum for Customs Officers and IPR Enforcement, and I did that through the IPR Crime Investigators College. There are a few more, but that's all.
And on page 664, the training of SANEB.
I'm sorry.
Page 664. Training of SANEB/DPCI courses. What did that entail?
That's correct, Commissioner. For the last year, I began in about 2000, traveling around the country, training the different narcotics and units, crime intelligence, and organized crime. We began developing a training program. It's the program that I mentioned now. It is the Specialized Narcotics Investigation Program. There was a team of us, and that's what I did. I trained the DPCI, the SANEP members, the station members, organized crime, crime intelligence, customs. We sit in with members from FSL as well, so it's quite a cool course.
What is that training? What does it entail?
Commissioner, it is a specialized module. We don't just tell you it's cocaine. We tell you where it comes from. We then tell you what chemicals you need to manufacture the end product. We then tell you how it's trafficked. We then teach you how to identify the trafficking measures. From there, there's law enforcement protocols that go into investigating that. Mutual legal assistance, surveillance, interception and monitoring, agent program. That is part of that. So it's something that the normal station level members do not receive. It is more for your specialized units.
And is that training program in place now?
It is, Commissioner. It's accredited and in place.
And accredited by who?
The South African Police Commissioner, and it's got a unit standard as well. It was rolled out in the end of 2024 at the Chatsworth Training College, and we had it officially accredited and passed.
And is it given to only the DPCI members or other SAPS units as well?
Commissioner, as I said, it's other SAPS members as well, but it's people that are identified in the working environment.
Okay.
When you say people that are identified, they are picked by
It is.
by somebody, some system.
Correct, Commissioner. It's also people that want to have an interest. It's pointless you come sit for a couple of weeks and you don't have an interest in the topic. You've got to have an interest in the field. You've got to be passionate about it. We do a theory, and then we actually did the physical, where we took people into the airport, we took people into the port, we took people into a minus 40-degree cold storage and showed them how to work in that environment. So you got a practical feel for it, you got the theoretical feel for it, but you also had to work every night. They had theory to do, they had tests to write. It was sat in by HRD, the Human Resource Development. There's 2 sections in HR, and they then bring it through. It was myself and members from head office, and I say it was a highlight of my career.
Is it a voluntary participation program, or is there a compulsory category of people that must attend this course, or it's just a matter of if you are interested, you come and attend?
Commissioner, I would say from my side, I'm going to say I'd love every policeman to complete it. But it would be a person that is going to, obviously there'd be a budget, it's time. The police would say there's a pay for 30 members, who is in that field, they must apply. And then the unit commanders would send those people to be enriched and developed. So it's not compulsory at this stage, but it is a unit standard to obtain while working in our division.
What would you say is its reach since it was introduced, reach in terms of the levels of participation? And I ask the question because we have had evidence previously, which you're probably aware of people who have participated in drug busts and they have absolutely no experience in that space, and they've said stuff like, smelling cocaine, they identified it by how it smells, but it's the same person who has never participated in other drug busts. So I ask in that context.
So if I'm correct, Commissioner, you're asking, has it shown something beneficial?
As in its uptake in the subs, do you find that lots of members who are potentially involved with narcotics operations do participate? So it's really a statistics question that I'm asking.
Commissioner, the people that we are training are not the people on the ground that you are hearing about. So maybe it's the wrong field. But there is interventions from the South African Police to train those people. The South African Police members, when we joined the police, or when I joined the police, we were taught about drugs. Believe me, it's nothing what we are where we are today. I accepted it, I appreciate it, but it's not where we are today. There are different risks. The members on the scene, the members in blue, the uniform members, elements of this are taught to them, but they don't understand the risk consequence behind it. And Commissioner, I'll say this from my side because I've got the experience of it. The police wants you to compile and follow the guidelines on the crime scene with narcotics. There's a reason for it. Because if you don't, you're going to get sick. Maybe during while I'm giving my evidence, I'll explain to you. I've personally experienced it. My current partner that I work with got very sick. The chemicals are toxic. I have skin cancer. I cannot tell you if I got it from here or not. The chemicals are toxic. You have to take the necessary precautions while handling, while dealing, and processing them. That's why we have our protocols set up. But I am not the person that writes these protocols. It's chemists, doctors, forensic experts that wrote those protocols because they know as well those chemicals are deadly. And in the environment that we work in, we maybe the community only sees it as drugs. It's also chemicals. And some of those chemicals aren't chemicals at all. They are substances that you and I have in our kitchens. And if you interact those chemicals in the wrong way, you will get sick. So if the commissioner asks me, did this program work? I have evidence it did work. I've had members that work at Beitbridge Border Post. They've had brilliant seizures just from stopping, observing, following the checklists, following the hints that I've given them. And they'll phone me, Warrant, this is what we told me to do. Can I do this? Yes, he did. He phones me 5 minutes later. We found it. To me, that's a major success.
Thank you, Warrant Officer. So the program that you assisted with, it includes how to manage a scene, a seizure scene, clan lab and non-clan lab.
Commissioner, that is correct. It's also part of the practicals that you do on course. You are given a practical where you are taught to wear all the correct PPE and then process that scene and then at the end produce a docket or an inquiry file. It's part of the course.
And can I just ask you on page 662, the 2015 entry there, NCIS Homeland Security, Counter Illicit Smuggling Maritime Environment, what was that?
If I'm correct, that had a lot to do with the heroin trade and the cocaine trade. So it was everything that was coming by sea. So your containerized vessels, your dhows, your fishing vessels, and it also included air transport as well. So it's your cross-border integration.
And so that was a course that you did with NCIS Homeland Security?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay. And how long have you been in the narcotics investigation space?
1999.
1999?
1999.
Until?
2023, 2024, Commissioner.
And where did you move to in 2024?
I was moved away from my work environment, Commissioner.
Where were you moved to?
The provincial head office under General Sonona.
As what? What specific department?
Supply chain management.
And what did that entail?
I looked after all the weapons for the KZN Armory for the DPCI.
And if I could ask you, when did you move from there, if at all? And we'll get back to that.
Sorry, Commissioner, say that again.
So you were in support services, provincial support services. Are you still there now?
No, I was moved back to Economic Protected Resources in August of last year, Commissioner.
And what is that unit?
I now work with crimes against infrastructure, your power lines, your fuel, Transnet, wildlife, as well as high-profile kidnappings. And human trafficking, of course. My apologies. I'm still new at it.
Okay. We'll get to...
It's not my area of expertise, of course, and SAPS has to make its own decisions with regard to the deployments of its members. But with your expertise, which is shown from what you read and substantiated on here, and also just the evidence you've given thus far generally, it seems that you are quite experienced in narcotics, and especially you have gone so far as to say you even lectured countrywide on the subject. It just sounded to me that it's quite a waste of a resource to take you to procurement. I'm not suggesting that procurement is not important, but I'm just making a comment. I just find that very, very odd. It's just a comment, and I don't even expect you to comment.
Commissioner, may I comment?
Chair,
Yes.
you can
Yes,
comment
yes.
now or we can get to it. Yeah, we'll get to that portion.
All
Chair.
right, all
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Before we get to that, can I just continue with your experience in narcotics and then we can deal with Chair's very important question. Can I ask you in the consolidated statement bundles?
Maybe before you do that, there are acronyms here that we shouldn't assume we know. At page 662, in 2010, towards the bottom of that page, Warrant Officer, you've got SARPC, PCO. It has something to do with drug identification. What is that acronym for? SARPCO?
Commissioner, that is SARPCO.